Yo, what's up, guys? So I'm at the crib in LA right now, and I figured I'd pop in and make a quick video. I've been seeing a lot of these gurus, especially in the service sector, selling their courses and whatnot. And nothing wrong with that. But they've been really shaming e-com and dropshipping and talking about how the margins are super slim and how it's difficult because you're always dealing with these issues and payment gateways and whatnot. Well, I'm gonna address that in a bit. But as someone who's getting started, who's trying to figure out what is the best thing for them to do, it is up to you to weigh the pros and cons for services, selling a service, meaning having a social media marketing agency, or starting an e-commerce brand, right? Selling a product. Because those are the two avenues that you can go down, right? You sell a service or you sell a product. Once you make that decision, then you can decide, okay, am I going to start a brand? Am I going to go the drop shipping way and then start a brand? That comes later. In the beginning, you have to really, and there's no right or wrong answer, right? Some people like to sell services more because they like to interact with clients. They like to service people. Being in the service sector is what they see themselves excelling at. And other people like building brands, building products, and selling it on a bigger volume to a lot more people, or even a high ticket item, right, for a lower volume. So it's really up to you as a person and see what brings you fulfillment in the long run. In order for you to be good at anything, you have to do it repeatedly for decades. You have to do it for a long time. And at this point right here, at this fork in the road, you have to decide which way you want to go and which way you want to take your life. And I know I don't want to make this super dramatic, but it is really important to try both if you don't know. If you can't sit down and come up with the pros and cons for each and see which one you prefer, you can try one and see if you like it. And if not, just go the other route. And that's what I did. In the beginning, I tried to go the social media marketing agency route. And I found it to be very annoying because you had to constantly hassle people and try to close people, and getting a hold of business owners who are your main clients was a pain in the ass. Having to follow up with people in order to get what you want, what you need from them in order to run the business, in order to market with them, in order to provide your services to them. Not to mention having to follow up for them to pay an invoice was a complete pain in the butt, and I did not enjoy it at all. And I thought to myself, I prefer building a brand, a product that I can see myself scaling to the masses of people and not having to worry about one client or two, right? I see a lot of these copywriting gurus or social media marketing agency gurus, all those service sector gurus, trying to shame dropshipping and tell you how everything about it sucks because it's the new cool thing to do in order for them to sell you their product, their courses. And that's fine, but you should do your research and see what their P&Ls look like. When people claim that dropshipping and e-commerce, and I'm not here to defend e-com or dropshipping, I'm just laying things out for you in order for you to know how to navigate this space, because this space is filled with so much false information, so many people claiming they did stuff when they didn't, so many people teaching things that they failed at. And it is your job as someone who's getting into either sector to do the proper investigation in order to find someone you trust and follow their footsteps, or even learn from them, whether it's free or joining their mentorship or whatever it is, because it is hard to do that. And you don't want to be guided in the wrong direction, right? Anytime you want to go from a point A to point B, you need a GPS, and you need the right GPS. You don't want a broken GPS that's going to take you off-roading, right? So whenever you come across someone like that, that's claiming they can teach you something and that the industry they're teaching or the hustle they're teaching is the right one and makes money, ask them to look at their P&Ls. Be like, hey, can I see your profit and loss for last month? They should be able to show you that. It's very simple. If they're running a proper business, they should be able to show you their P&L. And I do that regularly with anybody who I work with, any of the people in the Discord, Anybody who joins any of my mentorships, my programs, that asks for that, I'm always more than happy to provide that. And I show profit. I don't show revenue, I show profit. Anybody who does not want to show you profit is lying to you. They're hiding something. There's no reason for them to not show you that, right? So make sure you always, there's nothing wrong with asking that. Whether it's crypto, whether it's anything, anytime someone asks you for a fee to join something where they're gonna give you knowledge, you should be like, okay, I would like to see the profit that you've made with this specific thing that you're trying to teach me recently. I don't want to see profit from 3 years ago when the game was completely different. I want to see it from right now. And that is completely fine, and that is your right to ask. So make sure you do that. That's a first step. Then, before believing what any guru is telling you about the industry they're in and them talking shit about another industry such as dropshipping when it comes to slim margins, then you should go and investigate that for yourself. Has that person ran a dropshipping store and did enough dropshipping to know for a fact that dropshipping margins are slim? Did they have the right supplier? Did they source their product properly? So on and so forth. Did they run ads properly in order to be able to tell that? So that's something that's very, very important to tell, okay? And to find out in the beginning, because I can't really come and advise you and talk shit about copywriting when I've never done copywriting myself. Like, I've never done that. I don't know what the margins look like. I can go and ask and do my research and see what a bunch of people are complaining about on Twitter or YouTube or whatever, but I don't really know, and I don't know what they did. So to summarize all this, whenever you're trying to decide which sector to go into, put the pros and cons together, look at both, see what is most beneficial to you and what you think would work with you, because you have to do this for a very long time and you need to be okay with doing it for a very long time in a fulfilled way. I wouldn't say happy because I don't really believe in happiness, but as a man, I don't think happiness is what leads us. I think it's fulfillment. So you need to be able to see, okay, me being in the service sector and providing services for people, knowing the pros and cons of this industry brings me fulfillment, so I'm gonna go with that. And that's how you make your decision. So please don't listen to anybody who's claiming that this or that. I am in the dropshipping sector, and again, I'm not defending it because I'm in the dropshipping sector. I'm just telling you what it is. You can have a very successful dropshipping business, very successful with very good margins. Our margins are 23%, 25%, sometimes up to 40% on $2 million months. And I have proof of that in my Discord. You can feel free to go check it out. And I provide that. Certain months, like last month in July, when the slowest months are in the summer, our net profit has been around 7 to 10%, and that's normal. That's any brick and mortar business. It goes up and down. I show you the good and the bad because this is real life. This is what you need to know. I'm never gonna claim, oh, e-commerce is gonna do 30% net profit all the time. It's amazing. No, it has ups and downs. It has good months, bad months. Q4 is our best performing months. Summer is slow. People are traveling. People are spending money on travel and going out. It's summer. They're outside. They're not really spending their money on products. Can you still make money? Yes, we're making very good money. But it's nothing compared to Q4 when Black Friday is here, Christmas, shopping, so on and so forth. And I'm sure the opposite is true for services, right? So you have to investigate both industries. You have to investigate, or this goes also for any other industry that you're trying to get into, right? So it's really important for you to make sure you differentiate the two, see what works, do proper research, look at people, find people that you trust, people that can back up, they can put their money where their mouth is. They can show you proof that they're actually actively doing what they're teaching right now. They're not running a brand from 5 years ago and they're crushing on it. They're showing you how to create a brand from scratch now with today's climate, not with a brand they've been running for however many years that's been established already. Because a lot of these guys can't really do what they did back then, again, now with the current conditions and the current market conditions, right? And that's what you're doing right now. So they need to be in the same position as you. And that's it. So I hope this video makes sense. I hope you like this. If you like this, let me know in the comments. I'll make more content like this.